Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wait for that green light to get going here, and we're good to go. Hey, guys, how you going? Today on BKRsport, we are here for I guess it's effectively a new style video. It's more of a chill live stream that we're going to be doing here today, where we're going to be going through NRL Fantasy, which apparently opened up today, which I haven't played in literally like 10 years. I truly have not played NRL Fantasy in a long time. But obviously, I do know a thing or two about a thing or two in rugby league, but sometimes it's a bit of a difficult transition from, actually just watching league to the stats and understanding the stats and who's going to be getting those points in this game. I do play Fantasy Premier League, I do play Fantasy NFL, and I also do play Fantasy Baseball. So, and I used to play this game quite religiously when I was younger. Like I said, over 10 years ago, in my teenage years, I was absolutely loving this game, but I just haven't played it in ages. So yeah, look, I'm looking forward to getting to today's video and seeing kind of how everything is going. Obviously, we'll be talking to you guys live in the chat as well. This is a live stream because you guys are going to be helping me pick my team. Let's actually switch it over here. Let's switch it over. Actually, let's move this like this so that you can see. Bang, and then we'll go like this. I think that's right. There you go. So you can actually see the player pool plus also the positions that we're going to be looking at here. And then we've also got a bench here. Now, I think there's a cap of like 10 mil or something like that. There is a salary remaining of 10 million is the cap there. So, we've got to obviously keep our team underneath that. I will create a BKRsport Fantasy League for everyone involved at some point. I just thought I'd jump on here for an hour or so, chat away with you guys about rugby league and look to see if I can smack up a team. Absolutely smack up a team here. But guys, obviously smack that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here, and let's see what you guys are saying first. Blake Harris, I'm really excited for this fantasy content. Going to be good. Yeah, look, obviously it's going to be a bit different to what other people do. A lot of other people who are primarily fantasy will, go in depth in the analysis and the stats and whatnot. That's not what these videos are going to be here for. It more about is going to be, having a discussion about players and what we think about players going into the season, because effectively, fantasy does just simply revolve around how quality of a player you are. Like obviously if you're getting try assists, line breaks, tackle breaks, tackles, which is a big one. Tackles is obviously probably primary, really, of them all. It is something that does need to, that we obviously do just, can have an easy little conversation about here. So, yeah, no, looking forward to it. Let me just have a look here. I just want to have a quick, like I said, this is going to be a bit more of a chill stream. So, nothing too crazy. We'll get into the team in just a few seconds. Jordan Pearl says, hi, hello, mate. Truckers and Dragons, that would be a no. I don't know what old mate said. He's probably said something stupid. He probably said something stupid. What's he said? What's the Muppet said? What has he gone and said? Can you unblock me on Insta? Probably not, mate. I don't know who you are, but the reason why you're blocked is there's probably a reason why you're blocked. I don't just block people for no reason, mate. So, like... Good one. So, Mouse says, I thought I'd do fantasy this year. I do Premier League fantasy. Thought I'd give this one a go. You may as well, man. You may as well. It's some good fun. It gives you extra incentive for watching other games, right? Like, obviously, in Fantasy Premier League, if you're a City fan or an Arsenal fan or whatnot, it gives you a reason to actually watch the relegation battle. You know what I'm saying? Like a West Ham. If you have a West Ham player, then you're a bit of a muppet, maybe Bowen or something like that. But overall, it gives you a reason to watch those games that mean jack shit, and at least you can cheer for a certain player. LPL says, I love Blaze, my favourite Titan supporter. Appreciate you, man. We've got a big season coming up, baby. A massive season coming up. Really looking forward to it. Obviously, tonight I'm filming a video with Clarkie's Rugby League column, the Rugby League Guru, and also the Random Stats Guy. And we're going to be doing a draft of current NRL players. That's an actual draft rather than a fantasy draft. That'll be just a fun video that'll come out in the next couple of weeks. Sports Night says, how are we? We're going all right. Blake Harlem for 17 months. Gee, 17 months already. Gee whiz, look at him go. Gee whiz. The last time, buddy, when you weren't a member, your team was unsuccessful. That's how long ago that was, pretty much. Isaac Lee says, hey, BK. Hello, mate. Blizzy says, chill stream with rugby league as a topic. You're exactly right. You can't complain. Number 2 Titans fan behind you right here. I think their number 2 Titans fan would probably be Kalaki, but... Sparksy says, I find myself enjoying the game more if my team isn't on while doing fantasy. Yeah, I agree. And I said this on my Instagram, on the BKRsport Instagram the other day with NFL Fantasy. So I won my NFL Fantasy League, the BKRsport Fantasy League. We had like $50 entry. I think winner, I should know how much the winner got because I won it. But winner got 600, I think it was, because there was 12 teams. And I found myself really enjoying the playoffs because I wasn't having to think about if Stephon Diggs was going to get the ball and get a touchdown, or I wasn't having to think if George Kittle was going to get the ball, or what Patrick Mahomes is doing in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just actually just enjoy it a little bit more. However, sometimes you do appreciate having a reason to give a shit about a game. Sportsnight says, might give NRL Fantasy a crack, but I don't know too much of it. You may as well, man. You may as well. But let's go. Let's start having a look here. Let's start having a look at... I don't want to talk about NFL right now. I'm a Seahawks supporter. Mate, you should be happy with your season. No one expected you to be there. But all right. So, yeah, you've got to go to hooker. You've got 3 mids. I feel like that's probably... Is that a forward? Like, are they meant to be forwards? Edge, obviously, back rowers. Halves, so 5'8", halfback, centers, and then 3 wings. Okay, so does that include... No, okay, so I'm just starting... Because obviously, again, guys, they used to be played very differently. This has changed dramatically since I used it. 4 interchange, and then 4... Is that emergency? All right, can someone please explain to me in the chat what that means? Is there going to be an NRL sweepstakes again this year? There will be. Yes, there will definitely be for sure. There will definitely be for sure. The Sports Night says, that's right. Not the Titans, NRL 78. Oh, NRL 778 says, who's winning this year, BKR? I would say definitely not the Newcastle Knights. That's as far as I'll go there. Definitely not the Newcastle Knights. Darnell says, hi. Hello, mate. How you doing? Lucas says, you had a great season and a top 5 pick. Yeah, exactly right. Space says reserve. Yeah, okay. So, but why is there 2 different types of reserves? Obviously, there's an interchange over here. There's 4 interchange, and then there's 4 emergency. What's the difference between the interchange and the emergency? Like, will you get your 4 points for the interchange? Or... So, do they actually include bench points nowadays? Like, do you get bench points as well? Emergency is like FPL bench. Okay, but you get the 4 interchange and they get to play in your team. Like, do you get the points? Oh, interchange points counts. Well, there you go. Yeah, there you go. But she says, guys, I just want to say becoming a member is insanely worth it and all perks listed are 100% consistent. Oh, there you go. Exactly right, Blizzy. Exactly right. Exactly right. Brighton says injured players. I don't know. But like this is why I did these live streams. So that people who do know can slap it down. Blake Harris says the first 4 players in your bench goes towards your score for the round. The emergency is just spare players. Emergency players are normally players you can make money off of. Okay, so because back in the day when I was playing, Jesus, I sound like Jay Hayes. But back in the day when I started first playing fantasy, the bench was the bench, and you didn't get any points for them. And that was kind of how it was. So now it's pretty good that you actually get all 4 as well. Yeah. Upper Dragon says, emergency doesn't give you points, but emergency does. Thanks, mate. Emergency doesn't give you points, but emergency does. That really did help us there. Sparky says, so you get your bench team, then the 3 extra for if they hurt. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right, so let's have a look here. So, obviously, over here, I don't know if you can see it, but over here it does have that the best player in the game must be Nico Hines, who's obviously in the halves department. Obviously today I'm going to be looking from a completely fan perspective rather than just a stats perspective, and that's quite interesting to me. I find that quite interesting that Nico Hines has an average of 69.1. Surely that would be, but 984k is a lot of goddamn money. Like, if I'm going that kind of money, I'd be looking at Nathan Cleary. But then again, do the Panthers regress this year? You know what I'm saying? Like, Nathan Cleary is Nathan Cleary, but do the Panthers regress this year? Maybe the Sharks stay up there. Maybe the Panthers are still going to be good anyway. But it's just like, that's 10% of the cap. That's 10% of your money going towards one player, which is quite dramatic. Isaac Lee says, you want low-priced players in emergency that are going to do good this season so you can make cash off them and trade them up. Okay, well, the first play that you do that with, and this is some help for you guys, is Alofiana Khan Pereira. Costs 230k. Bang. That's an easy day's one there. Oh, it goes straight into the wing. Okay, whatever. For anyone who doesn't know, you'll know this in videos to come, in the winger tier list, plus also in the video they do with the up-and-coming players, breakout players this year. I speak really highly on Alofiana Khan Pereira for the Titans. Definitely the type of guy that you want to be looking at in your team for a wing fullback selection there. We'll probably get the start in round 1, especially with Brian Kelly being suspended, Patrick Herbert being injured. Philip Sammy probably goes into the centres, Jojo Fifita on the other wing, and you'll have Alofiana Khan Pereira on one wing as well. So for 230k, you definitely cannot complain with that. To be honest, I use Supercoach. I don't really know. Well, you're a Muppet, Sparksy. We all know that. Blake Carter says Hines was insane on fantasy last year. There is always, and this is in every game, there is always one insane player that you have to have, right? And it's not necessarily always going to be, a player that you thought of but going into the year. For example, you wouldn't have thought Nico Hines would have been like that. It's like Almiron in Fantasy Premier League. In the NFL Fantasy is different. I guess you could look at, I guess Austin Eckler would have been a big one for the NFL Fantasy. There just always is one player that comes somewhat out of nowhere. I don't think Eckler would be that guy then. Simba says, I'm going to do my team now. You may as well, man. You may as well join it with us. Sam Fullback says, Haas is always a beast in NRL Fantasy. Payne Haas is some big, he would get some massive amount of meters and tackles, 8 on 9K. I do like it, to be honest with you, and I think the Broncos do step it up this year. I actually am thinking I might do the Payne Haas one. If you guys think that I make a stupid call, then just let me know, because I do. This is obviously here for a chat, but Payne Haas is a big one, and surely Tino would be huge as well. How much does Tino cost? Because that's 809K at the cap there. That's huge. Tino's 771. Honestly, truly, I think Tino could have a very similar year. Tino could have a very, very similar year. Hayes Perham, since he's going to start fullback for the Dogs, potentially up the Dragons. Yeah, and we do speak about that. I actually called that a couple of weeks ago. So there's a video that comes out on the 6th of February with Sam Revel with the breakout players this year. I said Hayes Perham, and this was before we knew about anything about Jake Averillo. J-Dub says Hudson Young straight in. So you're going to look at the cap space though, lads. Like we've already spent over $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like we've already spent over $1 million. And I'm looking here, like, do you think that the extra, this is for the chat, do you think that the extra 40K here is worth it for Payne Haas over Tino? Because you're getting an extra 40K if you get Tino instead. Now, actually, let's just go have a look at the average here. Oh, wait, no, let me have a look. Guys, let me know what you think. Do you think that Tino or Payne? Because, like, you could, look, let's be honest, you can go both, but that's a hefty chunk. You've got 8.19 million, which I still guess is a lot of money. But, you know, those two would be getting you some pretty good. I wouldn't put Haas there, Sparksy says. He's a meter eater, though, bro. Like, he gets like 200, 250 meters a game and makes tackles, bro. Up the Dragons, David Feeder is must for me. I think it's a really good shout, bro. I think it's a really good shout with the players that we've got in this year. Specifically Kieran Foran to help him out there. Look at why somebody Masters Wood's most important play this year. Shut up. Just shut up. Please. Just please shut up. Sam Fulau says Carrigan is cheaper than Haas if budget is low. You've also got to remember though, Payne Haas will play for New South Wales. I was about to say, because Carrigan will play for Queensland. Payne Haas is a New South Welshman. Tino is great in fantasy. It's just the men's that hold him back. But if he plays the big men's he's on. I swear there was a thing. See, this is the thing. I'm going to, that's the benefit of being around the clubbers. And I'm going to, when I get back, I'm not going to say what I can. If I know things and I'm not going to say, I'm not going to tell you guys. But like, that's the benefit of being around the clubbers. I'm going to find out. Brandon Smith is a must-have this year, by the way. I disagree, Isaac Lee. I'm not going to lie with you. I'm going to disagree. And the reason I'm going to disagree is because, for me, I don't think that he's going to have the impact that everyone believes. I think the Roosters are going to really regret losing Sammy Verrills, to be completely honest with you. I think that Brandon Smith will be switched around quite a bit too. Like, he's not an 80-metre hooker. You know what I'm saying? He's not an 80-metre hooker. So I'm cautious, and let's go have a look at how much money he is. I understand that people will like him. So 585, that's actually not bad. Like, 585K is not that bad considering, the potential is there. You know what I'm saying? No, Brandon Smith. No, is that Brandon Smith here? Which one's B. Smith? Roosters. No, that's Billy Smith. Sorry, that's Billy Smith there. This is Brandon Smith. Yeah, I was going to say 319K, that's cheap as chips. Look, I get it. I understand it. But I think there's going to be better options. I'm just not high on Brandon Smith as much as other people are this year. Blake Hart says, I put Tanner Boyd as my hooker at the moment with his dual position if he gets a starting 7 jersey. Yeah, obviously that's a big ballsy call to make, though, considering that Tanner Boyd may not get that 7, but I do believe he probably does deserve the 7 the most. I think that Toby's got a higher ceiling, but I think that Tanner has deserved that shot right now to prove himself, especially after the 3 out of 4 wins that finished off the season for the Titans last year. Sports Nights, when does the NRL preseason start? The same weekend as the Indigenous versus Māori game. So that'd be about the 9th of February or something like that. And it's actually a competition now. How much is Cam Murray running? Yeah, good question, because he is just a machine. 904K. Oof. 904K. That's decent. Like, that's a decent price there. That's quite a bit of money to be going there as well. Freddie Brown says Matt Burton would be good this year. I want to have a look at the hooker department. Let's go have a look at the hookers. So, Damien Cook's obviously going to be the highest there. I feel like you could try and find someone who's not. Yeah, don't go all out in your forwards. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I'm looking maybe. You go down here, hooker department. So Randall, you wouldn't go Randall because he won't even get the starting spot. He might not even get a bench spot there. Wait again, Tom Starling. If Tom Starling had more minutes, than the Canberra Raiders and Ricky Stewart gave him more, I would go Tom Starling. Tanner Boyd is a really, really good crack there for 479k into that hooker department. But with that being said, it's a ballsy call. It is a very ball. Then again, we would know who's playing in that 7 role beforehand anyway. We would know. I feel like with the hooker, it's going to be really important to have someone decent. Like, you'd probably be looking at someone like a Reece Robson, but then again, the Cowboys do the same thing this year. Api Kotosau might have to do some more tackling this year. The forwards are massive there at the Tigers, but he might have to do some more tackling. Brendan Westing says, Chee's been quiet the last year or two, so he's due for a good season. I know you're a Roosters fan, so I know that's why you're saying that. Matt Burton will be good this year. Simpson says, players normally flop a bit after they leave the Storm. Nico Hines is the only person I can think who didn't. Tino Fa'asuamaleaui as well. But yeah, Nico Hines and Tino Fa'asuamaleaui are two outliers. Besides that, I would agree. Yeah, I would agree. Gilmar email says, and players are going to be out for Origin. Yeah, you can think about that. We'll do more videos like this coming into it. Yeah, Robson is amazing value. I do like it. I'm going to probably chuck Robson in there. 783k. He's a huge player, bro. I think he could be knocking. If Damien Cook doesn't have a huge season this year, if Damien Cook doesn't bounce back, because he's had two really relatively poor years in comparison to what we know he can do, I think Reece Robson could be knocking on that New South Wales Origin door. So, yeah, he's coming. And if he has a big year, I tell you. Marnie could be good, maybe, or Robson. I think with the Dogs, like, let's go. I want to have a look at the wing fullbacks here. So, I feel like it'd be... Latrell Mitchell's not one I would go with because he's definitely a suspension candidate. Ryan Pappenhausen's injured probably a little bit too much, but when he's on, he's on. Joey Manu gets some good points, but he's also in the centres. So, AJ Brimson, he will go into the fullback department again, 665k. But then again, look, I'm just getting Titans plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I have you guys here as well to bring me back, because if I just get Titans plays, dear me. Sam Footalau says Turpin might get the hooker role because Watson injured. He won't get the hooker role. Brandon Smith will get 9, but I would say that Turpin will interchange quite frequently there with Brandon Smith. Basically, what kind of Watson would have done if he didn't get injured. Yeah. Tom Jennings says Isaiah Papali'i. He should be a big one. He would probably be on quite a bit of money though. If you're looking at that one. Let's go here. Where's Isaiah Papali'i? Where is he? He's not that low, surely not. He's not that low. Where is he? Offhand Gowie. Is he on? Oh, he'll be on the edge here. Sorry, he'll be on the edge. Yeah, he's 886k. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're going really expensive in the forwards then. Blake Brayley underrated. Peter Bullock says I can't wait for the charity match. Yeah, it should be good, mate. I will be there. I will be commentating the event. I can announce that for you guys now. I will be commentating the event, but I will be there. So yeah, we'll be commentating. It will be live streamed on the Sports Show TV YouTube channel. Tommy Turbo at 660k is a risk, but could turn out amazing. Yeah, it is a big risk, though. It is a huge risk. 660k is still huge. However, if he pans out, but Manly have a pretty average forward pack this year, man. Like, will Manly be able to really utilise it? I don't know. Manly have a pretty disappointing forward pack. So always pretty cheap. Let's go have a look at these wings again. So all those are fullbacks, obviously. Dylan Edwards, meter reader. I don't think you would touch Jaden Campbell or AJ Brimson just yet until you know exactly who's going to be that fullback role and who's going to be that 14. Sivo, Faluma wouldn't go near there. Yeah, 557k, Brian To'o. Yeah, look, it's a shout. Greg Martiu at 532k. Yeah. Do you if you miss a tackle, how much do you lose in points? How much do you lose in points for missing tackles? Tarek Sims is a big shout, actually, Samuel Allen. That's a good one because he is going to that Melbourne Storm system and Craig Bellamy's going to wallop him. Like, I do think that you have to go with a Dave Fafita. I think that's going to be huge. 771k. I'm going to put him in here for now. I think that Dave's having an absolutely gigantic year. I really do. But you go down. Where is Sims? Where is Sims here? All right, Sims. +2 for breaking a tackle. There you go. -2 points for missing a tackle. Tarek Sims at 527k. And he probably will start too. Like, he probably does start there, considering. We'll chuck him in there for now. But that is a huge shout. Even if you chuck him onto that bench there. That's a good shout. With your interchange, do you have to select a certain player? Like, can you select different positions, or do you have to select like a forward, two back rowers and a like what's it called? Utility. Blake, that's smart. To always a meter reader, good points, and he can score tries. Sparksy said it sucks the sexiest man in the league, done his ACL. Toby Sexton has not done his ACL, Sparksy. He has not done his ACL. He's fine. He's good to go. Upper Dragons, I think Titan Spine will be 1 Brimson, 6 4, and 7 Boyd, 9 Verrills, and 14 Campbell. Yep, thank you, Peter Bedell. Rodway says, "Sup, bro, can I join your league?" We will do another video where we'll announce a league, but we just haven't done a league yet. This is the video that I'll go for about an hour or so, because I've got a video that I'm filming with Guru and Clarky and Random Stats Guy after this. But yes, we will do a league, but this is just more of a selecting a team, which we are taking ages to do, but we'll be here for like an hour or so. Jay says always one. Or what did he do? Jordan Purcell says Dominic Young. I don't think the Knights are who I'm going to want to go with, man. I don't think if I'm going to go, and he's probably going to be relatively expensive there. He is at the Knights. It wouldn't be for me. Yeah, Dom Young, 33.2. Firstly, can miss a tackle. Secondly, it's the Knights. I wouldn't be too high on anyone from Newcastle right now. But I do think that's really good value with Tommy T, if it works out. Sim says, how much is Foreign, do you know? I'll have a look right now. Oh, that's the benefit of this right now. 431k. Oh, I don't know if I would do it, though. Like, Foreign's going to be a complimentary role. He's going to be a leadership role kind of deal. I don't know. It's not bad. If you think the Foreign's going to blow up, 431k is pretty quality. Is Abrams, have you created a league? No, I have not created a league yet. We'll do it for the next one. What about Ronaldo as a cheap winger? Is he cheap, is he? Mulatalo, 569k. Sharkies, will they... I'm just going to scroll through. Let's go and more filters, and we'll go by... Oh, it doesn't give you... I would like to just do wingers, really. I'd like to just do wingers. But then again, I guess you would prefer the fullback, wouldn't you? Cody Walker, 5'8", so worth it. Let's just stick with the... Let's look at the wing fullbacks for the time being, and then we'll do that. Alright, so... Yeah, I think Tedesco is a bit too expensive considering we're going up here right now. I feel like I have to get rid of one of Payne, Haas, or Tino Fast Malawi, and if I'm going to do that, I probably would get rid of Tino in fantasy. Yeah, I think Payne Haas probably gets more points there. Alright, so looking at the fullback area, I don't know if Coates is cheaper. I'd take Coates. Let's go have a look at how much Coates is. Coates at 398k? Yes, please. Yes, please. Yeah, Xavier Coates at 398k. This could be his breakout year there with Melbourne, considering that he was injured for the most part of last year. That's a really good price. 398k? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, up the Dragons, Xavier Coates at 398k and could be a try-scoring machine. Absolutely. Since it says Foreign is a big hit and miss, it feels. Yeah, it could be a huge... what's it called when you have like that underdog? Like point of difference, POD. It could be huge point difference because no one's going to have him. But if he could absolutely work out. That's the Titans though this year. The Titans could be a 6, 7, 8 team, or they could be a 14, 13, 12 kind of team too. Get my estimate, I don't want to sound biased, but I think Molo is a good option. Absolutely not. Rodway says Alex Johnson wing then. He does score a lot of points. In regards to tries. Alex Johnson at 591k. He would only be... Wingers would only be based on tries though, wouldn't they? That's why you need to get... See, I've got 2 wingers there. Fullbacks would be a lot... Like, you need to go with someone who's big. If you're going to go with someone who's big here... Out of these guys here, out of Tedesco, Mitchell, Pappenhausen, Manu, Drinkwater, and Brimson, who would... Because I know Garrick's going to go to the wing, and I feel like that's going to take a lot of his value away. Who would you guys go out of Tedesco? Do you think the Tedesco 777k is worth it? Because that's a lot of chunk. All right, Simpsons, have a good one, bro. Other Dragons says Titan Smoky to make the 8 for sure. Yep. Still scored a shitload of tries before he got injured. King of Meme says, yo, sup? Blake, sorry I'm late. I was at school and just finished the gym. All good, bro. My name's actually Blaze, though, by the way, bro. Blake Harlan says, my 3 are Tedesco, To'o, and Turbo. Turbo is just such a cheeky one, eh? Turbo is such a cheeky one to be all the way down here at 638k. 638k, that's the cheeky one. Tedesco for sure, tastes so consistent. Yeah, but is 777k, is that what you want? And the Roosters should be big time this year. They should be. Well, let's put them in there for the time being. Let's do it. So that we can move on to the centres. Actually, no, we'll move on to the halves because halves are going to be important here. All right, so Niga Hines, I'm not going to do. I think that's... I'm actually not going to go those 2 guys there. I'm scared of the Eels too. I am scared of the Eels. The Bulldogs are very hit and miss this year as well. Will the Broncos turn up? Oh, man. It's all good, King memes. Ben Hunt at 45.2. Dragons are shit house, but Jackson Haston goes to the Knights. Sam Walker, the Roosters. Cody Walker. Cody Walker 601k is nice because he can score a try, can get an assist. Yeah. DC is a must. No, he's not, Tommy. No, he's definitely not. Toby Sexton, if he was starting, if he was in the game, I'd be looking. Like, if he was guaranteed that 7th spot, I'd get Toby. I would. The fact that he's at 573k is actually wild, considering. The fact that he's that high is actually impressive. A bit expensive of Walker. Walker too inconsistent. Yeah, even as a Dragons fan, there should be no Dragons players. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, like, I think Dewey would be a good shout if it wasn't for the fact their backline's still dreadful. Like, they've got a great forward pack that's going to lead them around, but their backline is still dreadful. The Storm, their spine's fantastic, but everyone outside of that, not so great. I feel like Nathan Cleary is really starting to just lock on here. I definitely wouldn't even touch Jamal Fogarty, Muffet. Sean O'Sullivan, you don't have no idea about the Dolphins this year. No idea. If it wasn't for Reynolds being injured all the time and being obviously quite agey, I'd be looking at Adam Reynolds there at 707k as well. But he's a bit agey now. Jerome Hughes, Bremson will be fullbacks. That kind of takes away a lot of the value in that halves department. I'm not going for Lou Brooks. I can tell you that right now. The fact that he's at 613k is outrageous. Luke Keary, Sean Johnson, Chad Townsend, Schneider, Jerome Luai. Jerome Luai. Why is he only down here? Why is he that much? Why is he that cheap? I don't even know what that is. Sam Walker. What's Sam Walker's cost? Sam Walker is at 638k. He needs to have a big year this year. He needs to have a real kind of breakout year as well. 638k. You still kind of want a little bit more proven though. Luai isn't very fantasy relevant. Well, I'm going to take that for what it is because you are a Panthers fan, so I'll believe you. I will believe you. Sam Walker. Everyone, can you tell me why Sam Walker's here? Total points 1,012. Average points 42.2. Only by 2.1%. Is there a half that's coming through the ranks? Like, Ezra Mam's too high now. Ezra Mam's too high, considering. Josh Schuster. He will be the starting 6. You don't know what you're going to get from him. Like, Josh Schuster at 479k, the same price as Tanner Boyd. Like, Josh Schuster he's going to be partnering alongside Cherry Evans. Maybe at that price, it could be decent. Maybe at that price, it could be decent as a bit of a throwaway there. Because there's not really going to be a great... You wouldn't go Telltale Moan. There's not really... He's risky like Turbo. I think if you're going someone cheap, you could be looking at Josh Schuster. Mappa Palangi's in the halves. He'll probably play in the centres this year. I'd take Boyd over him, man. Yeah, Tanner Boyd's... Yeah, but like I said, honestly, if Tanner has one poor game, Toby could get thrust right into there. I just feel like Justin is just not confident with that halves pairing just yet. No, I'm not getting Milford, Rob Wave, you muppet. You muppet. No, sir. Jake Arthur, Weeks. Tommy Weaver. Yeah, but Tommy Weaver he's not going to get too much of a crack this year, I don't think. Isaiah Katoa. Isaiah Katoa at 230k. Thank you. Isaiah Katoa at 230k. Yeah, please. Yes, please. Isaiah Katoa, whether he probably won't start, he probably goes to the bench with the emergency or whatnot, but Isaiah Katoa is going to get you guys money this year. He's going to get you guys money because Milford and O'Sullivan, one of them will not last. One of them will not last, and Isaiah Katoa will come in. 230k is stupid. Yeah, Isaiah Katoa has to go in there. Just simply has. Can I move him there now? Can I put him there? No? Okay, no, it doesn't work. I just wanted to... Okay, don't worry about that. Let's go to halves here. Let's go to the halves. Isaiah Katoa, 230k. That's going to be a good money maker. A really good money maker. How do I get rid of this stupid thing? Hold on. There we go. I've got Katoa on my emergency. 100% Katoa on emergency, not starting. Oh, yeah, I won't be starting. This is just selecting him now for the time being. So we can get through some plays. Okay, so let's go have a look up here. I think Cleary's probably going to beat the shit. No, maybe the Storm will be back. Oh, My God, the halves are actually. This is why this is difficult. Alamotti is like 230k. I guess, yeah. But the dogs are just so hard. Tyrell Slim 250k. I'm not going any dragon. Rod Wade says, how's the Dragons 5'8" looks alright. The one that's injured for the next 4 to 5 weeks, as in the one that's injured for the first 4 to 5 weeks of the opening rounds. Is that the one you're talking about? Clear has a bye round 2. Ooh, yeah, I forgot all about that bye nonsense. I'm definitely not getting the Dragons played. God damn, they got bye round 1 and they play my Titans. They can shut up. But gee whiz, man, you are not getting no Dragons in my team, uppers. Bloody bye week 1 and then they play my Titans. Bloody bullshit, man. Bloody bullshit, mate. And then Panthers week 2. So yeah. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't want to get Cleary. I wouldn't want someone that pricey that early to have a buy. All right, so let's go back to these halves here. Okay, so they're not Cleary. So this is why you need the fixtures, because then you can see who has those opening rounds really nicely as well. Like Blaze, I thought the middle for WFB was the fullback, the one on the right, the fullback. They're all it's all just the same. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all just wing fullbacks. So you can get as many of any of them. If you want 3 wingers, I'm pretty certain you can get all 3 wingers. Upper Dragons, my halves are Cleary and Mem. Ezra Mem has amazing value at 500k. Yeah, we have a buy round 3, so you can wait for round 4 to pick them up. I probably would be doing that if anything, yeah. Panthers have a buy round 3, not 2. Who's the buy round 2? So Dragons are round 1, Panthers round 3. Can someone tell me who the buy is round 2? Personally, I have Nico Hines. Not confident. That's a lot of money for someone I'm not confident on. So I know, because I know it's not the Titans. Titans have round 4, Manly by round 2. That doesn't really matter too much. So we definitely will be going Cherry Evans then. So Dragons, Manly, and Panthers are 3 teams that you wouldn't go. Maybe you just go to the Munster. Maybe you just go to the Munster Brigade. Maybe you just do. We're going to put them in. We're going to put them in for now. This team's going to change heaps, but maybe just go to the Munster Brigade there. And I don't think the Storm have it. You know what? I'm going to get this up now. I'm going to get this up right now. Move that down like this. We'll go to NRL. Who's the Storm's opening few games? I don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's that harsh. Storm, first game against the Eels, the Squeals at Combank, and then they play the Dogs, which is not a great defensive team. Then the Titans, who have improved defensively this year, to be fair. Then the Tigers, then the Rabbitohs. It's actually a pretty good first 5 rounds. But then again, they play the Roosters. Actually, it's not that easy. The first 6 rounds, probably 50% of them. Yeah, I think Munster. I put Trump in at fullback for Teddy. He's due for a Daily M season. I disagree in regards to that. How much do I have left, by the way? 4.589. Ugh. Yikes. And I haven't even gotten that second big time 5'8" just yet either, or half just yet. Let's go have a look at the centres. At the centre area, you'd be really loving like a Val Holmes or something like that. Centre, Targo, Talakai, Ramian, Farnworth, Dane Gagai. I want to go have a look at a young... No, we shouldn't be looking at the young stars. We should be filling out our team right now and then going to the young players over there. Campbell Graham, Selwyn Cobbo, Val Holmes, Zach Lomax, Stephen Crichton. Crichton's not... I would not touch Crichton with nothing. Not with a 50-foot pole. I would not touch Crichton with a 50-foot pole this year. The Panthers and him are falling out. I wouldn't even see him getting as many minutes as normal. Brian To'o, 557k is amazing values. He could be a meter machine and a top 5 try scorer. Could be. I don't mind Moses Sully. Moses Sully at all. Tony Staggs could be a big one. I'm actually going to chuck Staggs in. I feel like surely this is the year he gets back. And he had a really down year last year. But I could see him superbly backing up and coming back into it. Aaron Schupp defensively, I wouldn't say he's a fantasy because he's not really an attacking centre. Aaron Schupp. Morovsky and Ari Tuala defensively terrible. Wonga Blake, Paulo. Let me go. Lemiel. No, he's an edge centre. Tabuai Fido, yeah, and he'll play fullback actually. At 372k, he'll play fullback. Hamisa will get the fullback department. So, yeah, I think that's pretty good. 372k for that. The Hammer 372k is fullback and he's a centre for wing fullback in fantasy, so I have him as a centre. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, let's finish off these forwards here. Let's get these forwards and then we'll go finish off this bench. We'll be here for another maybe 25 or so minutes, 25, 30 minutes, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. If you like these fancy videos, I'll do a bit more research into it for next time. All right, so how much we have left? We have 3.688 mil, but we also need to fix this bench area. Campbell Graham would be good value. I sent a gun for your bench at 230k is Vafare. I think that's how you pronounce that name. Stags was playing injured. Stags was playing injured too, Sanford Willow, but in the same sense, is a bit of a muppet too. Isaiah Yo is a huge one there, but that would take me under 3 mil with that many players to go. I don't know about that. Isaiah Yo would be huge. It would be absolutely huge. David Clemmer of the Tigers could be a really, really big one too. But then again, he could be in for a down year at the Tigers compared to when he was at the Knights. Mosley Leota is a good shout. Disagree, and you'll know why I disagree when we do the front row team maker with the random stats guy. And the random stats guy one comes out, I think, next week on Thursday. This Thursday is the 5/8. I think next Monday is... It could be the front rowers, actually. It could be the front rowers or coaches. So I think it's the front rowers. Actually, it might be Monday that the front rowers come out. Picked up Ruben Cotter. I really just want Tino. I really want Tino there. I really do want Tino. I got David Fafita. I've already got one of my boys. Ruben Cotter, Paddy Carrigan there. If you went Paddy Carrigan, yeah, then you... You know what? No. You know what? No, I'll keep paying us. I will keep paying us. Now, Butcher, Tol Harris. Fisher Harris, 685. He had a pretty poor year last year in comparison to what he normally does. Leota doesn't get enough minutes. That's exactly right. My starting team fancy is 1, Reece Walsh, 2, Xavier Coates, 3, Jackson Paulo, 4, Jake Avarillo. No. Jake Avarillo, get him out of your team immediately. Immediately. No way. Hey, Blaze, you reckon Paul Alamotti from the Dogs would be a good pickup? He's a young gun centre, and the Bulldogs need another centre for 2023. I'm either going to choose Hammer or Alamotti for 3. You go with them both, mate. They're both cheap. Chuck one of them on the bench. Chuck one of them on the emergencies. I would chuck Alamotti on the emergencies. My centres would be Joey Manu and Campbell Graham. If I have enough money, I'd look at Joey Manu over here. If I have enough money. Toy Harris, Fisher Harris, Max King. Does he get enough minutes? So I guess he's starting, but does he get enough minutes? Dogs fans, do you reckon Maxi King's going to get enough minutes this year? Do you reckon he's going to get enough minutes? Because he's one of... I love Maxi King. Oh, I know Max King. I know Max, but like... I think Max King's probably a good shout. Alex Twelby in the front row too. Christian Welch coming back from injury. I wouldn't touch that just yet. I wouldn't. Noah says Max King asked me for nudes. You'll go and show the boys. Logan Ballsack says Max King will one of the leaders of the forward pack. I agree. I'm going to chuck Maxi in. I am. I'm going to chuck Maxi in there. Nat Butcher, Angus Crichton are must in that Roosters team. Yeah, Angus Crichton, but he's really expensive, isn't he? Isn't he up here? No, he's not. No, Angus Crichton's on the back row. He's not in this. He's not here. He's in the back row. This is the front row section that we're looking at right now. Cameron McInnes. Does he actually get the minutes? Cameron McInnes doesn't get the minutes, does he? Paddy Carrigan. I keep looking at Paddy. Tohu Harris. Jai Arrow. Don't necessarily get... Fanua Blake is a machine for that Warriors team, but it's the Warriors. Fodawaker could really have a bounce-back season too. See, I am kind of biased. Like, I am biased towards the Titans too. Max King was like 300k at the start of last year. Oh, yeah, well, it makes sense, because obviously he didn't really work out at the Storm and the Titans. Adam Elliott is a should for 600k. Not for me. Luke Thompson, 42.8. Nelson... He might be at the bloody rugby union by the end of the season. Tavita Pungai Jr. He's not bad for that cheap of a price. Tavita Pungai Jr. is not that bad for that cheap of a price. Rodwave, bro, that's got to be a troll comment. I feel like you got Teddy who's too much, who's probably washed this year. Bro, truly, that's going to be one of the most outrageously ridiculous comments I've ever seen. To say that Teddy is washed. Like, Teddy was incredible last year. Incredible. Like, on what basis? You have literally zero basis. I would say that you have absolutely no basis whatsoever to that comment that you just made. TPJ is very risky, Brighton. I agree.
But I'm just trying to figure out why Rod Wave just said that. Because on what basis in any planet, statistically or influentially, has Tedesco taken a step back on any level of the game? On any level. He just went and won the Rugby League World Cup for Australia. You can't blame him for that Roosters season last year. Yeah, look at all the man of the matches that he won. He was the best player for New South Wales in that series by a long way. Like a long way. He was the best player for New South Wales in a losing series. I don't understand what you want. I don't understand what you want more from Tedesco to prove that he's not washed. Like, that makes no sense. I think Lee says you should put Mitch Kenny at hooker instead of Robson. That's saving 300k. Mitch Kenny, not a big fan. Not a big fan. Crazy Praying Mantis says fantasy is fun. Supercoach is more fun. They're basically the same thing, though, aren't they? Best player for New South Wales, easy. Easy, Brighton. Yeah, by a decent stretch. I would love to hear his thoughts on why. That's really love to hear that thought. Victor Radley at 576k. Is there a reason why he's so cheap?
Is it because he's always sent off? Is that the reason? Is he always in the sin bin? Wow, these Eels forwards are cheap. I guess they are interchanged quite dramatically. Look at the Instagram blocker. Look at this little muppet. Look at this little muppet right there. You're a muppet, mate. You're a goose. Daniel Saifidi. Saifidi could be a shout for the Knights. 540k. 545k. It's a shout. It's a shout there for the Knights. Not Nathan Brown, not Finucane. Mosley Leota,
yeah, 526k. It's cheap. He doesn't get the minutes, as we said before. Fanor Polar's a young bloke coming through. I'd get Brandon Smith in the mid. I just don't back in Brandon Smith. Trucker says, Rod Wave, you're lucky you can't do the start of 30-minute rant. Oh, don't worry. It's coming, mate. It's coming. Got plenty of preseason to go for me to rant about that. Got plenty of reason to go, Jimmy Jolliffe, this man is a machine. This guy's a machine. What a man. What a man. Nice not Clement anymore, so Daniel's a big guy now. Yeah, I actually am looking. That's why I was looking at Daniel Safi just then, and that's a big one. I actually am going to do it. I'm going to bite the bullet. There you go, Sparksy. There you go. We've actually got a nice players team. God help my soul. God help my soul. But we've only got 2.486 mil to go here. Joey Martin. Joey Martin, how much does he cost? How much does he cost? Or is it maybe not his year this year? Let's go have a look at these guys. John Bateman. No thanks. Crichton going into there with Tarek Sims on the bench would be pretty better. Jeez, that money went quick. That's what I'm saying. Like, are we even going to have enough money for this bench? Are we going to have enough money for the bench, lads? Maybe I will have to take Payne down to Tino or something like that. 100% pick up to Vafare. He will be so good and cheap. All right. I'll trust you, Mr. Panther Man. I'll trust you. At the Dolphins, will he actually get a crack there? Who's their backline right now? Hamisa with the fullback. They'll play Jermaine Muppet Manisako on one wing, and they'll play Tessie New in the centre, maybe. Who else is there? Howard, 230k, will likely get playing time. That is a great shout. Jack Howarth is a potential. Let's chuck him there. He should get the starting centre role. All right, we'll do it. Right, says, personally, I just feel he isn't with it. Well, but base it on something. Tell me something. Like, tell me, no. Personally, I just feel like he isn't with it. Surely there's a fullback that has a breakout year like Dylan Edwards coming from South fan. Well, then that's exactly what you're talking about then. It's because you're a South fan that you have no idea what you're talking about right now. You've not provided us a single statistic. You've not provided us a single reason besides, I just feel like he isn't with it. He's the best fullback in the game, bro. James Tedesco is the best fullback in the game. Like, I don't understand. I'm doing this for trucking right now, but it just doesn't... Your comments make no sense, bro. What do you mean Dylan Trucker says, here we go. What do you mean Dylan Edwards having a breakout year? He's had a breakout year. Dylan Edwards, I would argue, we just did the tier maker yesterday. He's the second best fullback in the game. How is he... How on earth are you even saying what you're saying? You're silly. Bright Roberts said, I take farm with a stag to be cheaper, so have a couple of. Ooh, that's a shout. How much is farm worth? 570. It's actually more expensive. Stags is cheaper, mate. I'm taking Stags, thank you. I'm taking Stags. Farmworth is more expensive. Ranking yourself, got Dylan Edwards my fullback. Makes sense. It does make sense. We'll have to wait till team lists to see. Yeah, this is just like a rough draft. Obviously, we'll do more videos like this later. We'll do more videos like this later. I think Fafita is a must though. Tomoka at 464. Hudson Young is a real good crack though. I really feel like this year's going to be even more of a breakout year than last year. I do. I feel like he's going to have a bigger year this year than last year. Do I do it? Could bring in Marshall King. I don't want anyone for the Dolphins, really. Well, that's right. We're doing Tafare. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Tafare. There we go. And bang. All right, we'll chuck him onto the bench there. So how much we have still? We still have 2.026. We've probably still got enough for a 600-700k forward or something like that. 700k player to come in, and then everyone else around that 200k mark. I have Hudson Young. All right, bro, I'll take Teddy in my team. Sam Fuller says, do you think Franklin Pele will get minutes at the Dogs? Not really, no. If anything, he'll come off the bench. About 330 per player left. Yeah, but I reckon you can probably get a 600k, a big player, and then you can, go cheaper. If Teddy kills it this year again, he'll be one of the greats, in my opinion. Yeah, Billy Slater's still the best fullback of all time for me, but he'll put his name up there. Yeah, he'll put his name up there. Okay, let's have a look at 600k and below. Let's have a look around the 600k mark. Alex Twell, Ben Hunt, Ruben Garrick, Hastings. That's still 645k. Yeah, he definitely is already one of the greats, Brian. Yeah, you're right. No Dragons in my team, no Jay, and there will not be any Dragons in my team, you muppet. Tom Trbojevic at 638k is pretty huge. To have Xavier Coates, Tedesco, I'm going to bite the bullet. Xavier Coates, Tedesco, and Trbojevic, it would be massive. I back it in. I back it in, man. What does S mean? Does that mean sub? Yeah, bring him on for here. There you go. So Trbojevic, Xavier Coates, and Tedesco. And if we find out he's not playing, then we'll just come back later on and swap it out beforehand. Yeah. So we've got 1.388. So yeah, about 200 and something K per person here. So now we have to look at some real cheap guys. Nano and kick out is what I'm really debating. If anything, I'd go kick out. I'd go kick out of the two, but they're both risky. All right, how we go? More by price. Let's go. Is there? Okay, 0 to 300k. Yeah, that's right. There's not much options here, lads. There's not much options here, lads. Otokolo. No, he got dropped by the Warriors, actually. Modern Dreki. Jaden Beryl. Murdoch Masila. Ngatakara. Jacob Alec. I don't think he's got much of a crack. 480 and how much is Cotter? William Fair just signed with Manly. Kalakala Matamua, Pazet, Sakura. I'm just waiting for someone to pop out. Oh, Alamotti. Okay, we'll chuck Alamotti there. But we've got 3 centre wings now. I don't even want to look at wingers anymore or centres. I want to look at edges now. Seal Wong probably doesn't get a crack at the Chooks. Tom Weaver doesn't get a crack at the Titans. Blake Moser, no. Kepu. I think that's one of the twins, isn't it? But which one was it? I think Ola Kinakina was the one who got dropped. Katoa might have a good year for Melbourne. Eliasa Katoa, yeah. How much is he? How much is Eliasa Katoa? It's a good shout. 448k. I do already have Tarek Sims. 448k would also take me to about 700 to get 3 players in, which is possible. Some cheap players that should make some money this year are Trey Mooney. Oh, Mooney's a good shout, actually. Mooney's a big one. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, please. Yeah, Trey Mooney. I believe he gets a lock spot. You'll hear in a video at the 6th of February when I bring out the breakout players that I believe he gets the lock spot this year. Maybe not first round, but he will. Moses Mbai is 300k. There's no way. Oh, Hayes Perham. Yes. Oh, but it's another wing fullback. Hayes Perham's going to get the starting job at the Dogs. He's going to get the starting fullback, so I'm putting him in. But there's a lot of centre wings here that I've got. Ray Stone might get the 13 jersey for the Dolphins. He's okay. I'm feeling like I have to get rid of one of Alamotti, Akampera, Tafare, and Perham because I've got 4 back line. Maybe it's... No, actually, four backs and... I do need a half. Actually, we should look at a half to go on the bench as well. Sonny Luke, maybe. Because, actually, we do need a decent half because Isaiah Katoa. We still need a decent half. Shit, we still need to get a decent half because Isaiah Katoa was someone for later. Get rid of Tafaro. We still need a decent half. Just go by price here. And let's get rid of... I'm going to get rid of Tafaro for now. I am going to get rid of Tafaro for now. Actually, I would rather Tafaro than... Oh, will I? No, just leave it for now. Leave it. I don't know what this does, but just leave him. It doesn't mean Nico Hines costs more than Cleary. He does, yeah. And Nico Hines costs $9.84 and Cleary costs $9.57. All right, so we need a good half here still. Maybe around the 500k marker. Maybe around the 500k. Ilias, Foran. How did Foran do at Manly last year, lads? How does Foran go at Manly in regards to points? He does have the first game against the Tigers as well. Now, Tamari Martin will go that fullback role for the Warriors, Lucas. 1.4% own Kim Foran. Alright, decent. And he'll have to be the leader there. I wouldn't go Moan. Tanner Boyd is probably the crack, though. But it just comes down to whether he locks that spot up. It just comes down. 12 points, 523, owned by 11.6%. I'm not picking Flano like Paul Sachs. I can tell you that. For free. Yeah, I'm gonna get my boy. I'll get my boy Tanner. Get my boy Tanner there, and then we've still got 2 players to get, and we've got a total of 361. So we're gonna have to. We're going to have to get rid of somebody else as well to fit him in. Maybe Robson down to somebody else around that 600k mark. But we're going to have to look for one more person here at the cheapy cheaps of the cheapy cheaps. Corey Pakes, Nikorima, Brindle, Beyondy Ado, Tone Wisher. No, I don't want the heart. I want the I want forwards. I want middles. I mean, Ilias and Hines. Ilias is a good shout. May, Saulo, Ray Stone, 257k, Ray Stone. I'll see if there's anybody else. Tupai Maroa might get a shout too. Franklin Pele. Don't think he gets enough time at the Dogs. Salika Fafita. And I also don't think Franklin Pele is a guy who'll play 80 minutes. Like, he's always going to be a guy who plays really short stints. Davin Mawali, maybe. Davin Mawali is a good potential. Yeah, let's chuck Davin Mawali in there. We've got one more player to get, but we've only got 111k, so I'm pretty certain there's no one that costs. Yeah, there isn't. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of Robson and take it down to... I'm going to get rid of Robson here, and we're going to take him down to between... We'll go 400 and 600. Aaron Clark, he'll be our starting lock. Aaron Clark will be our starting lock, though. James McPaul is not a fantasy coach. Bro, I have... This is my first time playing in like 10 years, bro. So I just did this because, I thought it'd be a bit of a fun video to film before I do another video later on tonight. I really don't know what the difference is, really. So maybe if you guys want me to do a Supercoach one as well, but I don't know what the difference is. What's the difference? You tell me, James McPaul. What's the difference? Swap Robson for Havili. Saliva Havili he comes off the bench, though. I want someone who's going to play a little more. Like, Wade Egan plays the full 80, doesn't he? Tom Starling... Will he get that starting gig this year, or will Ricky Stewart maintain him on that limited role? If you need, you can put Boyd in the hooker spot. Actually, you need him in your halves, though. I'd rather Boyd in the halves, mate, because I've got Katoa there and Munster. Yeah. So I need a starter. And if Tanner Boyd doesn't get it, and they say Tobes is going to be the guy, Toby Sexton, I go straight to Toby as well. Yeah, but then again, Toby's 100k more. That's mad. That is mad to me that Toby is 100k more. Love the guys, both of them. Mates of mine, speaking to Toby today, actually. But that's mad that he's 100k more. Like, especially after the way the season went last year. Starling won't be 9. Starling was amazing last year until Wolford started taking minutes. Well, Starling doesn't go for longer than like 50 minutes because Ricky Stewart refuses to take him for longer than 50 minutes. Ricky Stewart really likes him in those limited bursts, those bang, 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 bang kind of deals. Okay, let's maybe look at the 600 to 800k, but... not too much over the 600k marker. Sammy Verrills. How does Sammy Verrills go in fantasy? I know it's got the average of 42.9, but from people who play it, how does Sammy Verrills go in fantasy? Could get Schuster as half and move Tanner to hooker. There's a lot of risk involved in that. There is a lot of risk involved in that. And also, I'm going to get in that buddy Toshi Schuster's head again this year. So, like, let me downgrade Stags to Tomoko. I don't want to downgrade Stags because I feel like Stags is cheap as shit right now. Trot says go cheese. I just disagree, bro. I just don't know what it is. I'm not feeling the cheese is going to have as good a year that everyone thinks he will. But then again, he is quite cheap, isn't he? I think he is quite cheap, isn't he? Let's have a look here. If he's cheap enough, if he's like Brandon Smith is 585k. Do you guys think Brandon Smith is the go? I just don't think he's that great of a hooker. James McPaul says, yeah, it's way better, bigger prize when it's because you have the chance to win 50k versus 2 tickets to Magic Round. I'm going Magic Round anyway. Well, we might do them both, mate. We'll probably do them both, James McPaul, to be completely honest with you. Blake Ellis, I think cheese for 585 is worth. Yeah, look, especially considering I need the money right now. I need the money desperately. Maybe that's the go. Yeah, we will do it. Trot your wiener. We've smacked it. All right, 300k for one last bench player here. 300k. No, why am I looking at 300 to 400k? Well, let's go have a look at the expensive one here. Harley Smith Shields. Get out of my face. All right. So, we don't need. I want to look at all positions. Is that what are you talking about? Why is it only giving me the option of Smith Shields? Oh, is it because I've already taken everybody else? No, I'm looking at... it's giving me the option for 323k here. No, hold on. What's going on here? Players I can afford. Oh, I'm still looking at Smith. That's why. I just realised that. Okay, let's go 300k. Smith Shields it is. No, it's not. No, it's not Brighton. I'm cancelling the game. I'm cancelling the game if I have to go Smith Shields. I am cancelling the game. By the way, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Obviously, we post every single day here. And we've got BBL stream tomorrow night, which will be good. Brisbane Heat. And then on Thursday, we've got the 5/8 tier ranking with Blake Darlison. We're doing the 5/8 tier ranking on here. All right, so Moses Mbowe. So, yeah, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. But Pompey, Naden, nothing's really coming out to me right now. And no way am I getting Elliott. Goshewski, Polo, Ray Stone is really probably the one I'm looking at as we currently speak, unless something else picks out. Cartwright apparently might get the starting back row spot, which is interesting to me. Apparently, Bryce Cartwright might get that starting back row spot, is what I saw. You can get knock on ball. I'm not going to get Jade knock on ball on. Not going to get knock on ball on. Tyrell Fuimayano, Grant, Moroa, Nicarima, Ogden, Lawton, Famasuli. Sonny Luke. Sonny Luke could be that. He could get that hooker role. Sonny Luke could get... I'm not going to pick Cartwright. Brighton, you silly, man. Brighton, what you think of me, man? I had to put up with that mother bitch of the Titans. You think I'm going to get bloody Bryce Cartwright? Get out of my face, son. Get out of my face, Brighton. Gee whiz. Holy dooly, son. Holy dooly, mate. Something else. You need to sort yourself out. Hayes Dunst is a good shout, but at the moment, I'm definitely thinking that Sonny Luke could be the go. I think Mitch Kenny will play about 50 minutes with Sonny Luke playing roughly 30, but I think Sonny Luke is better, so I think that it might switch. Do you think that could be the case, Blake? Because you're the Panthers fan. Do you think that might switch? Franklin Pele looks like you have the Dogs Roosters cap. Are you talking about the Canterbury Panthers? Or the Penrith Bulldogs? Oh, there's your mate there. Here's your mate, Brian. There's your mate, mate. Dory, Tommy Talau, no thank you. Joe Vuna, love the bloke. Don't know if we'll get a crack. Eddie Blacker is one that I've heard people saying might have a big year. Actually, I think Sammy Revel brought up Eddie Blacker on the video that comes out on the 6th of Feb. I think Eddie Blacker is a good potential. Jake Arthur. I'm not doing Jacob Arthur. Brendan Piakura, Tom Hazelton, Zach Fulton. I picked something Luke. So, yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back from Blake because Blake's a Panthers fan, so he'll know more about the Panthers than I would. Jenkins, Malaraki. I feel like something Luke would have good impact off the bench, and Kenny will just smash guy in defense. I just don't rate Kenny, but maybe. Because Kenny was the guy doing that last year. Kenny was the guy coming on for Apicottisau. Clark, Takamo. At the moment, I'm looking at Slinger Luke. Right now, I'm looking at Slinger Luke. Or one of these Kepu boys. The Kepu, I think the V Kepu is the one that's still there. Cleese love the guy. I talk to him all the time. Muppet loves Jake Paul. But but I don't necessarily know he's going to get too much of a go early days. William Warbrick eventually. Warbrick is one to keep an eye on, guys, because Warbrick will have a big year this year if he gets a go at the Storm. And it's a big shout he could get that go at the Storm. Really look out for Warbrick. We speak about him in the breakout players. Watch out for William Warbrick, lads. We started Kenny and brought it Appion in around the 30th minute a few times. I was oh, no, you are right. You are right. You are right. Yeah, I think so that at least I have someone there for now. You're going to have to do better than that, Rolf. So that I think so we have someone for now. I am going to go with something Luke. Because I think he will rise in price. At least that's a bit of a cash cow. But if Raystone gets the same lock, he could get great value. Yeah, look, we have enough money for him, don't we? I think we do. Yeah, 257k. We've got 309k. It keeps us with 40k or whatever is in the bank. How much do you guys still have left in the bank after you've had your team? After you've done your deal, because I've got 52k right now. Okay, so Munster is my captain. I'd look at David Feeder against the bloody goddamn West Tigers as a captain, because that's the first game of the season. Yeah, I like it. I have 36. I got 30. Is 52k a bit too much, or do you think that's fine? Do you think that's fine? Again, guys, this is just our first rough draft. We'll probably do some videos more so based around fantasy this year, maybe once a week or something like that. But is that for a rookie? I got 50 of the Dragon says, yeah. I don't mind. Like, Brandon Smith is a very rough one, you know. Brandon Smith, and I've also got Tanner Boyd who can go in there. But then again, because I'm waiting on Asai Katoa, I think Asai Katoa is massive. It's just you need to wait about 5, 6, 7 weeks before he'll come in there, because Milford and Sean O'Sullivan won't get the job done, and then Katoa will give it a crack. Should really start for me, but I think that Katoa is the guy there. Max King, Payne Haas, and Saifiti. I definitely love Payne Haas. He's just a machine. Max King, machine as well, and is starting. And Daniel Saifiti is going to be the main guy there, as we spoke about before, with the fact that David Clemmer is down at the Tigers. Dave Fafita, if you don't have him in, you're a Muppet. Tarek Sims is gone to the Storm. That's huge. Absolutely massive there for Tarek Sims. So I definitely think if you're going to go for someone who's at least relatively cheap, 527k in that back row, bang, Tarek Sims goes to Melbourne. There's no actual guaranteed spot for anybody there at that back row, because Elias Katoa comes in as well, Tarek Sims, and they lost Kenny Bromwich. They lost Felice Kafusi. So that's probably going to be the guys there. But with that being said, it's not locked up. Like I said, Munster, he's pretty much the star of this team alongside Fafita and Payne Haas, really. That doesn't need to be spoken about too much. Blake Ellis' thoughts on Luke Gunn probably being on the left edge at Penrith. Very hard one, you know. Okay, but very hard one to talk about. I'd like to see the preseason. The preseason's going to be huge, because the preseason actually technically means something now, because clubs get 100k for winning it or whatever. And St. Helens are included in it, apparently, to make it an 18-team comp. But yeah, look, it'll be interesting to see how that preseason goes, and I guess we'll come back after the preseason to fix this team up if we need to, week 1 and week 2. Tony Staggs, I feel like he's in for a bigger year. I really do. He's honestly top 3, top 2 centre in the game when he's on, but unfortunately last year just wasn't his year. So 529k, cheaper than Farmworth as well. I think he's the guy you go in that Broncos system. And Hamisa Tapuai-Fidow, he'll get that fullback role at the Dolphins, and that's huge. At 372k to have the fullback role locked up at the Dolphins effectively is massive there for that price. So whether or not he's actually that great, he will go up in price. He will. He'll hit his break evens there. Tom Trbojevic, that's a bit of a wild shout, but 638k for a guy that probably would have been a mil 1.1 a couple of years back is huge. Just need him to be injury free. Xavier Coates, he needs to have a big year at the Melbourne Storm, and James Tedesco is James Tedesco. There's no need to explain that. Howarth is probably going to get a bit of a crack at the Melbourne Storm. Tanner Boyd probably will get a 7th spot, deserves a 7th spot, whether he gets it or not. Toby Sexton's there. Maybe they put Kieran 4 and 7, Brimo and 6. I don't think they do that, though, when you've got 2 out-and-out 7s. Yeah, they've got 2 out-and-out 7s in Tanner Boyd and Toby Sexton, so they'd be silly to put Kieran 4 into the 7, AJ Robinson to the 6, and Jaden Campbell to the 1 when you can utilise an actual 7 for that role. Alamotti is coming up there through the centres for the Bulldogs, and Alofiana Khan-Pereira, massive. Watch a video that I've got coming out on the 6th of February, which really rails home Khan-Pereira. He was the highest try scorer for the Burleigh Bears last year. He was the highest try scorer by a quality little bit there in the Q Cup last year. Incredible winger coming through. Just got a few attitude things he needs to sort out, but he's a great player that I think will have a massive time at the Titans. He'll go in that round 1. He'll probably go round 2 as well, and I don't think he'll give it up. I think he'll get that spot, and he'll lock up that wing spot for me personally. Trey Mooney, Hayes Perham, Davin Moali, and Ray Stone are all guys that have got massive potential to perform this year. Perham, we found out today that is going to be the breakout player. I said a couple of weeks ago on a video you'll see later on that Perham's going to have a breakout year. So, yeah, no, I am super excited to see how the season does go. But, guys, we're going to jump off for now. I'm going to film a video with a couple of the boys, Rugby League Guru, Random Stats Guy, and Clarkey for an NRL draft, which is an actual draft, not a fantasy draft. That video will come out in a couple of weeks' time. So, yeah, no, that should be a good one. Definitely subscribe if you're new around here because we are posting every single day. Obviously, smack that thumbs up button. I do appreciate you guys supporting this content as per usual. And if you do like these kind of fantasy videos, we definitely can do more. I just need to see it from the likes that you do drop in on with the big old thumbs up. But, yeah, like I said, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the BBL stream. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.